The original Sony PlayStation presented a lot of firsts for many gamers. While the Sega CD and the TurboGrafx 16 CD were out previous to it, many gamers didn't have that CD add-on. So for people like myself, the original PlayStation was the first system we experienced that had, instead of a cartridge, a CD drive. Now this is the Sony PSOne, or PlayStation 1, the smaller variant of the Sony PlayStation. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. Thanks for coming and checking out our episode that we have here today. I really do appreciate it. What I want to know from you in this episode, which variant, if any, of the original Sony PlayStation did you have? Did you have the original Sony PlayStation, or did you have this one here, the smaller variant? And if you had this one, did you have the little portable monitor for it too? The thing was pretty cool. I did not have this until I started the channel. My original Sony PlayStation was an original Sony PlayStation, and I love that thing. Now, one thing that the PlayStation had, because it was a disc, if you were playing games like Crash Bandicoot playing behind me here, actually through our PlayStation 2, was the fact that you can't store directly onto the system if you wanted to save content. So the solution for many, including myself, was a memory card such as this. Now you could store 15 blocks of data on one memory card that was only 1 megabyte. Super small, huge for the day, but nothing today. That's where the folks from 8BitMods have come out with the MemCard Pro, and I do have to thank the folks over at Stone Age Gamer for sending me one of these to check out. If you want to pick one of these up, I'll have a link down below in a pinned post for you. So what this does is allow you to go ahead and store all of your PlayStation 1 save data onto a micro SD card. It eliminates the need to have 54,284,185 of these guys, and instead you can have one 32 or 64 gig SD card and store all of your backup data on here. So what we are going to do is we are going to throw this on the photo bench, unbox it, check it out, and check and see, can we actually take save data from our existing memory cards and move it over to the save data for this one here. That way we can back it up on our PC. Let's get started. So here we have the 8BitMods MemCard Pro on the bench, and as you can see, it is designed only for the PlayStation, does not do anything for the PlayStation 2. Now we will test to see if it will load for PlayStation 1 saves if you are playing on a PlayStation 2. Uses a micro SD card, FPGA technology, and you can actually update via Wi-Fi, which is pretty dang cool. Just the logo on the side. On the back, the MemCard Pro is a memory card for using with the original PlayStation 1, PS1, or PlayStation 2 when playing PlayStation 1 console games. So that's good to know that they address it right there. Works by creating and storing virtual memory cards on a micro SD card with a capacity of up to 2 terabytes. Compatible with both the original optical drive or optical drive emulators, so if you have a mode installed, you can still use this with that. Automatically creates 8 virtual memory cards per game when paired with an optical drive emulator for 120 blocks per game. Features a high contrast OLED display that shows the active game. That's pretty cool, but only when paired with an ODE. Manage your virtual memory cards remotely through a web interface when connected to your local Wi-Fi network. That's awesome. Expandable features with firmware updates, FPGA technology inside for accurate timings and maximum compatibility with original hardware. Switch between virtual memory cards with your gamepad. So a lot of really cool things going on here. So let's go ahead and open this up. Again, thanks to the guys over at Stone Age Gamer for sending us one of these to check out. Now, in comparison, actually before we open this, I showed you this during the open. So this is just the, a standard memory card for the PlayStation 1. They're not that expensive, $6, but you can only store 15 blocks. So you're gonna need a ton of these. Now, there were higher capacity ones, and you can still get higher capacity ones, but this is one of those things that it's kind of seen its day, quite honestly. So looking at the MemCard Pro, this is the clear version. They do have different color options available too. Teeny tiny. I guess I wasn't thinking that it should have been any bigger, but yeah, no instructions or anything included. So pretty much self-explanatory on the back of the box. So your micro SD card goes in right there. There's your buttons to scroll through the display. How does it fit in the system itself? Oh, dude. That's awesome. That's like OEM. That's fantastic. Awesome. And then I do have a SanDisk 32 gig that we're just going to pop in there. Now, this is one of the things I would kind of wish that they had a label or a manual with it to see which way are we supposed to go with the SD card. Wow, that spring is super tight on there, but it works. All right, I'm gonna grab the power cord of this real quick. I wanna see what the display looks like before we actually start playing some games. You can see it pops up the 8BitMods memory card and memory card 1. Again, I kind of wish that there was some manual to it. So it looks like the buttons here scroll up and down to, yep, there's 1, channel 2, 3, and 4. So pretty slick there. Let's do this. Let's hook this up to our capture card and everything and see what happens on screen when we are going ahead and scrolling through that. And I want to check and see, again, can I transfer from that memory card to that memory card so I can back up to that SD card. So I have my PlayStation 1 here loaded up and ready to rock and roll. Couple issues that I ran into. First and foremost, I was actually going to do this test on my PS2 Slim. Well, one of the compatibility issues that this has right now is it does not work with later models of the PS2 Slim. Mine is one of them. Hopefully that's something we will get later on in a firmware update. The other thing I also ran into is because I don't generally use my PlayStation 1, I use my PS2 to play PS1 games, is this only does composite output and I didn't have a composite video cable. So off to live action games, I went to go ahead and get a set of composite video cables. This is going through my RetroTink 2X Pro, and let's take a look. I do have a memory card in here, and let us check and see if I can transfer from what is on my primary card now onto the new one. I'm going to go to copy all. Yes. And you see it going over. That's a beautiful thing. And that is, I believe, my save file for Crash Bandicoot. So everything looks like it moved over as it should have there. Now if I go into memory card, I just want to back out and go back in. See my 2 pieces of save information there. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take this, hook it up to my computer, and see if I can actually see those save files. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we managed to get on our SD card. I happen to have it open here. It says memory cards, memory card 1, because it can actually emulate multiple memory cards on here. And there we have memory card data. Now, I do wish that it gave me more as far as like the name of the game or anything along those lines. But if you go through and you back up one memory card or transfer one memory card to the MemCard Pro and then go back and do another one, basically go back and forth, I'm hoping the timestamp here will change appropriately. The date and time obviously are not it is not 12/31/1979. Otherwise, I would be 2 years old. So overall, pretty neat. And I can go ahead and back this up to another folder. Like, say, I want to take this and copy it to my 8BitMods memory card folder. Copied it on my desktop. Bam! It's all backed up. So you can now transfer, back up, and save your save data for your PlayStation 1. It's time to wrap things up. So there you have it, my look at the MemCard Pro from 8BitMods. And what do I think about it? Well, it depends on how you play your games, partially. If you're looking to play through an original PlayStation, not a problem, works terrific. If you are looking to play your PS1 games on a PS2 or PS3 that's compatible with PS1 titles, you may be left, well, with something that doesn't work for you, at least initially. I'm sure that they're going to work on that and they will get the compatibility there, but that is something that, I mean, there's nothing that denotes that on the back of the box, and without an instruction manual, that's actually a pretty important piece of knowledge that really kind of needs to be front and center. So buyer, a little bit beware on there. I will also say that it gets hot I was actually surprised how warm that this gets as it's plugged in to my PSOne Slim or Mini or whatever you want to call it here. That's actually what's playing behind me right now. It gets surprisingly warm to the touch, and I was not expecting that. Now, my good friend Adam Korlick, make sure you check out his video on it too. I have not watched it yet. I will do that after I'm done editing this one, and this one is posted and live. He has already shared that the team at 8BitMods already has a firmware update in the works and should be available very soon. So this is something, it's not ship and forget. This is something they are continuing development on. Now, I do want to take a second too and thank the guys over at Stone Age Gamer for sending me one of these to check out. I really do appreciate it. If you want to go ahead and pick one of these up for yourself, I will have a link down below in a pinned comment where you can go ahead and visit their website. Thanks again, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, if you have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. You can also go ahead and email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions and Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you are looking for other tips, tricks, tutorials, if you want to check out our information that we have on different sorts of upscalers and whatnot, those videos are coming up right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.